It's day one of my Whole30 challenge, and I started it on. The thing I really want to point out is I planned. Like, I really planned, and I'm a planner, and I still failed. And it's really interesting because as hard as you plan, you can still. So I planned all the meals, I packaged them up, I put them in the refrigerator, and I share my food with everyone. I'm Italian, that's what I do. I have a roommate. I'm like, what's mine? Yours, eat it. Didn't think to say don't. And when I came home at lunch today, like, what I was going to eat, like, wasn't really there. And I didn't have enough time to, like, because it's, it's not like I can just throw a sandwich together. So I was kind of really hungry. So it's day two of my Whole30. Most of my meals today, they were all delicious. I haven't had any sugar. I did have a sugar craving, a pretty intense one. It was actually really funny. It was more than a sugar craving. I stood up, went to the cabinet where I always have macaroons, and to grab a little macaroon to eat right after dinner. Like, just did it. Didn't even realize. And then I opened the cabinet. I was like, what am I here for? And then I was like, oh, I'm here for something. Well, here it is, day 5 of my Whole30. And I actually just finished a totally delicious dinner. And this week has been mainly just a test of organization and planning for me. And I've had probably 3, maybe 4 urges for sugar. I'm doing my Whole30, and I'm indoors, and I'm doing that because I'm using this as a reflective time on many levels. I'm getting in touch with nature. I'm planting a garden. I'm getting ready to turn 50 in just like 35 days or something. So, yeah. So it's not that I don't think I could handle going out, because I did do paleo with no alcohol, really strict and all that, for almost 4.5 months. It's just that it's just not. Part of what I'm doing is it's currently day 11 in my Whole30 journey, and I haven't been recording every day because it was just not really much to talk about, because I was already pretty strict paleo. I didn't really make many exceptions. It hasn't been that difficult of a transition for me. But it hasn't been easy either. So I don't want you to discount that. It has involved to the point where I don't even know how people who aren't 80% paleo going into this could ever. Like, I have such respect for anyone that had a diet beyond the minor things that I had to give up, because and the reason this is a challenge to film today is definitely a challenge. Shit. I think I'm finally over the goddamn sugar addiction. I can't believe it. 3 fucking years of dedicated effort, time, hell, headaches. No, this time last year, I had jars of honey, natural, local honey, whatever, jars of it. I was eating a half jar and bags and bags of dates, bananas, apples, mass quantities of this stuff. But I was not upset about it because it was natural sugar, and I knew that I was weaning myself from sugar. But it was still so much and so important to me, like, after every meal, before every meal, in the morning. Just dark chocolate. Bars. Come on, I'm not lying. Macaroons. I couldn't eat one. I just couldn't. I would eat the whole fucking thing. I swear to God. I think it's lost its attraction. I think we're not in love anymore. Literally. Like, I've been this way my whole life. Big day. Big 20 day. This is like one of my top 10 days of my life right here. Right here. Right here. I'm feeling this. Like, sugar really does not have control. Well, that's how it's been. Like, I ran into someone else who's doing Whole30, and she's like, chocolate. Like, I'm missing it. And I'm like, that was the first time I talked to anyone that was doing it. I'm on the form. And I was just like, well, I don't fucking miss shit. Matter of fact, I haven't thought about sugar. I haven't thought about any of it. Like, it hasn't tried to grab me at all, because I'm not available to it. Like, before, it was a battle. It was an internal battle, and I always lost the battle. And I'd always be like, I don't have one. It was never one. It was a series. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So here we are. This is the end of my Whole30 challenge. This challenge started April 1st and went for the whole month of April 2013. and I'm officially successful in doing a Whole30, and I feel super duper proud of myself for doing this, and wanted to sort of share what I learned so far. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything. That's always a good thing to learn. The second thing is that anything worth anything doesn't just happen. It takes planning and commitment, and a Whole30 challenge definitely takes planning and commitment. The first 2 weeks really are somewhat intense because you find yourself in the kitchen, going to the grocery store, like just being the focus of sort of day to day. I guess the third thing is that was really a challenge was you really are changing the way society has programmed you to think about quantity control, about fat, about calories, just everything to do with nutrition and food in general. So, realizing that, fat first, then protein, there's good fat, there's ways to incorporate this into your diet and breaking old stereotypes, I found to be, just cultural norms that you're really not, you're stepping outside of when you're doing paleo. So I found that to be, a little bit of a challenge, especially when you're communicating with other people what you're doing, because that's the first thing that they're like, well, that's a lot of fat, or how many calories, and da-da-da-da-da. So, you have to be comfortable being to be successful at stuff like this, because it does create almost a story in almost every interaction you have, because food is such an integral part of our lives. The fact that I'm eating, shaved coconut, when I eat with people, like, I clean my plate, and I eat hearty. So people ask about that. So it definitely... I've had MS since 1986, and I've never felt as good as I feel right now in my entire life. I literally am in touch with my body. I communicate with my body. It communicates with me. We are constantly working together. And as a result, it functions like a car that's been lovingly restored. I really have to shout out wholeheartedly to the Wales Foundation and Dr. Terry Wales for inspiring me through a TED Talk to start using food as medicine. For the community of people that follow me on Facebook, Instagram, because you inspire me. You help me to stay on track and want to live my best life with food and movement as medicine, because it gets hard and I get tired sometimes, but this community makes being tired and hard sort of an oxymoron, because I feel like I'm with a family and we're in chorus together. So the Whole30 challenge has been amazing. In 9 days, I'm going to be 50 years old. I'm super... Food is medicine. Movement is medicine. Get empowered. I hope you're inspired. And namaste.